Well, I've got the opportunity to share with you the story about Ashley Brown and what she did in Nicaragua. So Ashley, thanks so much for sharing your story. Tell us a little bit about who you partnered with while you were in Nicaragua.
Absolutely. So I had the opportunity to go with Stan and Tamara Johnson. They have been working in Nicaragua for over 7 years now, and they've just been really pouring into a youth group down there. They're focused on relationships. So the relationship that they want to build with that church down there is incredible. They've been working with the youth group. Marriage Innovators, especially, is a class that they're starting down there, working with the marriages in Nicaragua, which has been really neat to watch. Because they're just starting another group of marriage innovators. So the group that they first started with is now starting to do another class. So it's growing without them, which is really exciting to see. And then just the relationships that they've built with the youth group, which really has a passion to know and to love Christ and to just know him deeper, is really sweet.
That's incredible. So you went down there for over a month. What was your role in partnering with Stan and Tamara in Nicaragua?
I was their first intern, so they were trying to figure out what an intern would look like for a desire to serve. So I was a lot of just the material helping at the whatever they needed was kind of what I did. So I had a lot of the, just doing dishes, reorganizing a pantry, going out and reorganizing the game cabinet. So those were sort of the material things that I was able to do for them, which was really sweet. Gives them the opportunity to just connect with the people that they're going to serve. But then I led a Bible study on Sundays for the girls, and then I was able to talk a few times at the youth group and just give them a bit of a break for that, but also just the opportunity to pour into that youth group and give them a little bit of a break from speaking, and then just really gave me the opportunity to learn to serve and learn to lead along with Stan and Tamara.
So you didn't wake up one morning and just decide, I'm moving to Nicaragua for the summer. You had a series of events in your life that kind of created this pathway toward this mission that God's called you on. Talk to us a little bit about some of those things that God's been doing in your heart that led up to such a huge endeavor.
My first missions opportunity was with Fellowship West. We went to Tijuana. That was incredible, and it really opened my heart up and gave me a heart for missions. It allowed me to see, the third world country. The Tijuana is awesome to show you what missions looks like. So that was the first time I got to go on a missions trip. And then later I got to go to Nicaragua. It was right in the middle of COVID, so it was definitely exciting. But God worked through that and gave me a heart for the people down there. So I had been staying in touch with a lot of the youth group and was really excited to go back and see them. So I reached out to Tamara one day and said, hey, what do you guys think about an intern? So that was the door that God opened for me to go down to Nicaragua and just got to really spend a month with them, just learn how they serve, and then be able to work with those kids that I'd missed so much over the past 2 years.
I'm so grateful to hear this story of yours because it is a journey of faithfulness. You listen to the Lord kind of press on your heart, his desire for you and what he was calling you to do, and I think this is incredible. So you go and you serve, you're in a foreign country for over a month, and now you come back, and you kind of come back to this kind of American reality. What are some of the things that you did while you were there that you practiced, you honed in, you worked on? What are some of those practices that you want to bring back?
Well, the biggest thing I think was just the connection and the really focusing on relationships and how impactful that is. It doesn't take a whole lot to really make a difference with somebody, especially down there with the language barrier. It's always interesting, but it really mattered to them if you took time and sat there and tried to talk to them through your whatever messy Spanish mistakes that you make. It really mattered. They loved just being able to sit and talk, and they would ask questions and share prayer requests, and building those relationships was such a huge part of the mission down there. And then it really just creates that impact and allows you to pray for them. It allows them to pray for you. It builds these relationships and these bonds that cross cultures and just give you that idea of the unity of the church, which was really, really incredible and just allowed me to understand that. So that's something I'm definitely bringing back, just that connection, that ability to talk about what we need, like our prayer requests, how we can be praying for others, how they can be praying for us. It gives us that opportunity to just grow together.
Yeah, that's incredible, and I look forward to seeing you practice that now that you're back. So you go on an endeavor like this, you've got a caring family. but there was a larger entity behind you. Fellowship West and the church body cheered you on, sent you out. Talk about what does that feel like to be a short-term missionary, knowing you've got a church body behind you?
It was incredible. The prayer that I felt was tangible. The Spirit really moved, and there were so many people reaching out, texting me, kind of asking how was I doing, just reaching out and making sure that I knew that they were praying for me, and that was incredible. The way that the Spirit moved and worked through that, I will never forget it. It was definitely an opportunity for me to serve, but it was also an opportunity for all these students and these young adults in Nicaragua to just see how God is moving through the church in Knoxville, through the church in Nicaragua. It allowed everybody to just see the Spirit moving in unity and not just in separate churches. Our differences weren't as apparent. It was very just one Spirit and one church, which was really encouraging.
Well, I'm so grateful to hear your story. What a gift it is to see a young lady listen to the Spirit move and call her to do something so spectacular. And thanks so much for sharing your story.
Of course. Thank you so much. I'm glad to be able to share with you all.